President Trump is hosting a White House roundtable on media violence and its impact on children today. Representatives of the Parents Television Council will be in that meeting. PTC President Tim Winter joins us now to talk about that. Tim, what message is your organization bringing to the roundtable today?
The most important thing is that the interests of parents and families is going to be represented at the meeting today. You have the president, the vice presidents, the members of Congress, and the video game industry and their lobbyists. And what we're concerned about is that the talking points of the Entertainment Software Association, the video game industry, is basically biased against parents. And what we need to do is make sure that we have meaningful solutions that can help parents protect their children from these ultraviolet video games, which are basically dress rehearsals for gun slaughter.
Now, are you also concerned about violence on TV as well, in addition to violence in video games? And what would you ultimately like to see happen as a result of this meeting?
Television is a very big part of it. When we talk about media, there's violent TV, movies, video games, music. All of it has an impact on our children. The social sciences, the medical sciences, and the instincts of parents are all aligned on this. It's unfortunate that the entertainment industry is determined to maintain their status quo, to keep their ability to make profits by selling these violent products to children. What we need is a way that can keep these companies from marketing these products directly to children, to make sure that parents know what it is they're purchasing and watching with children, and to make sure that parents have help. Right now, the industry says it's up to a parent to be informed, but the systems they use to suggest to parents that there's something wrong or adult about the media is often inconsistent and inaccurate.
Well, let's break it down a little bit here. PTC is calling on the entertainment industry to stop marketing violence to children. Tell us, how are they marketing violence to children? What should we look for, in your opinion?
Well, take, for instance, the broadcast television. You think that's the safest of all the entertainment media that's out there. It's broadcast over-the-air TV. The PTC recently conducted an analysis and found that 61% of entertainment programming, 61% on broadcast primetime television, has violence. 39% has gun violence. Every single hour of that 39% of those television shows were rated by the TV networks as appropriate for a child to watch. That's, in essence, marketing to children. If parents are supposed to understand that something's violent or something's age inappropriate, and yet the rating, when you turn on the TV and it says TV 14 or TV PG, a parent is led to believe that that's appropriate for a child to watch. In fact, it's not. When you have every hour of broadcast television, including all the gun slaughter, rated as appropriate for children, how is a parent supposed to understand what's healthy and what's not healthy for their child?
Some in the entertainment industry have argued that media violence is not related to actual violence, like the recent Parkland, Florida school shootings. What's your response to that?
It's a lie, and they know it's a lie. The entertainment industry relies basically on one scientist who says that there is no impact on children, on the viewer, and yet the overwhelming weight of scientific evidence says there is harm, there is impact. And if there's no impact on the viewer, why is it that advertisers spend $80 billion every year to advertise their products, the sole purpose of which is to change the behavior of the viewer? People in Hollywood, the creative community in Hollywood, talks about how important their messages are, that they're trying to reach the audience with a message. Well, why is that? And it would be interesting to watch the entertainment industry sit across the table from Donald Trump and tell him that media has no impact on the viewer. I mean, this is the most media-savvy president probably in history, and I think he would laugh them out of the room.
The meeting today focuses on video games. What do we know about the impact of violent video games on children? Talk a little bit more about that.
We know that violent video games basically do three things. It desensitizes children to real-life violence. It encourages them to solve their disputes with violence. They see that there's a normalization of using violence to settle disputes. And it also gives them an unfair sense of fear of their environment around them, that it's more dangerous than it really is. You have literally decades, thousands of scientific, peer-reviewed research reports that show the cause and effect, the correlation between violent media consumption by a child and that child's longitudinal behavior. This is something that is indisputable, except if you are profiting from violent media.
All right, Tim Winter, the president of Parents Television Council. Thanks for joining us today, sir.
It's my pleasure.